Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So yeah, here the change, no, there is no change. No change to the wave count. Yeah, the forecast is still on heading lower. Yeah, and I said to you before, as long as we stay below that 2465 level, which is that resistance up there, I'm going to remain focused on the downside. Actually, I'm going to reduce that level now down because yesterday I moved the wave 2 a little lower, so that reduces the travel or the distance it needs to travel before we change the count. But either way, you know, we have so far confirmations that we need that this count is sort of playing out at the moment. What was the count? The count was 5 waves up to the January high, and then an A wave down in an ABC pattern, a B wave to the upside. This move up looks corrective. You can count it as a leading diagonal. Then you could say we had here a wave 1 and we had here a wave 2. So we would result in a third wave to the upside. That's a possible interpretation, not a very likely one in my opinion. Therefore, I remain of the view that this is a B wave and we're coming down in 5 waves in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. This might be subject to change because it's a bit sloppy. So the C wave, I say that very clearly. I did say that in the last video as well. It is working out at the moment, but it is a very sloppy chart. It might be, that's my current reading here, an ending diagonal, yeah, and that can, you know, that can even lead to an overlap between waves 4 and 1. Wave 4, as per this count, hasn't even started yet. You can get this stuff. So yeah, it's a very sloppy count. I wouldn't be surprised if it has to change on the micro level, but for me at the moment, the trend is clearly down here on the short term. I've seen wave counts of other people who say that this year was a wave 1 and this year a wave 2, and to be honest, it is something that can be considered, but I have a problem with that. 2, 3. First problem is that if the wave 2 really ended here, yeah, and we count the move up as a wave 1, basically off the already as the beginning of the third wave, yeah, because that would be the implications that we say, okay, we rallied in a wave 1 to the January high, we came down in a wave 2, it's technically possible, but then how likely is it? Yeah, how likely is it? Because the move up here, I mean, you would have to... First problem is this reached only the 38.2 fib level, something that for a wave 2 is very weak, yeah, unusually weak. In most cases, you would see the 50% level in the crypto world. So that would be unusual. Of course, possible. Yeah, but I can show you 10 counts here, which are all valid, but which one is the most probable one, yeah? And that's where, you know, also the experience comes in, and you need to make the calls based on probabilities, not on what could it be. I often get these questions, you know, what could it be this, could it be that? But I don't want to trade could it be, you know, I want to trade should it be, you know, what should it be really based on probabilities. You know, I don't want to trade it can be this, it can be that, can be anything. But what should it really be? Okay, so it's all about probabilities here, which of course, you know, sometimes the less probable count works out, but you know, we're swimming here in the river of probabilities, so we really need to make our picks based on that, not go with anything as possible, because in theory everything is possible. I can show you 10 counts here that are valid, as I said, but you know, is it the most likely one? So a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, possible, yes, and then it would be, you know, how would we label this? I mean, I would say possibly here a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a long wave 5, leading diagonal, an expanding diagonal, very rare anyway. And then we came down in wave 2, and that's the third problem then. Yeah, the first problem is it didn't retrace enough. Second problem, only a diagonal pattern, which is unreliable anyway. And the third problem is that it broke below the 78.6 retracement, so it fulfills all the requirements for a failing setup, which doesn't mean it could still work out. Yeah? And I'm also not telling you it couldn't go up in the short term, because what still can happen is that we get this extended B wave. You know? You can get this. This could still be an A wave of the B wave, the B wave of the B wave, and the C wave of the B wave, but it's nothing I would actively trade, because again, it's something that can happen. Is it reliable? No, I don't have a clear setup for it, okay? Also here, because it broke below the 78.6 retracement. So it's tough, Solana, until we finally hit this support area, which is a high probability turning space. So I'm just waiting here. Or of course you can trade the range, and we are very close to the bottom of the range, which is here at 1970. That's the 38.2 fib level. I mean, certainly can come down here if we see a bounce. It can make a bit of a rally into the resistances of 2120, 2356, and maybe it will even make it to that red resistance area again. But for me at the moment, as I said, it's subject to change, might be subject to change. But for me, the trend is clearly down. At the moment, it's in this C wave. I would look at the ending diagonal option, which means it's sloppy. Wave 1 as an ABC, clearly a 3-wave move. Wave 2, then here the wave 3 also. We might have completed the A wave of the third. The B wave might be ongoing now, and then we come down in third of the third, in the C wave of the third, then a fourth and a fifth. That sort of would be broadly in line with Bitcoin Ethereum as well, where I'm looking at possibly 2 more lows anyway. And let's see, I mean, Solana is still quite far away from the support area, so I'm wondering if it might actually get there. But yeah, ideally it comes to 1740. That would at least be my minimum expectation. 1517 would be the 61.8 retracement. We will see. I'm gonna soon activate my grid bot again. Did reactive or deactivate that when it dropped down a bit, because I wasn't sure about the count when it happened here overnight a couple of days ago, but we'll soon start to activate that again, and then yeah, it will like the range here. It will like the range. But yeah, that's sort of my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.